It's been 5 years and 2 months. So this is our 5 year and 2 month anniversary.
Of Living Room Request.
Living Room Request.
That's Patricia Hammond.
That's Matt Redman.
We're at a very special location for that story, but more about that soon. Time for the first request.
First request, which is
for
for Ian, who started the whole thing with Ruth. That certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I may be right, I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turned and smiled at me, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. The moon that lingered over London town, poor puzzled moon, he wore a frown. How could he know we two were so in love? The whole darn world seemed upside down. The streets of town were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. And when we kissed and said goodnight, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. When true lovers meet in Mayfair, so the legends tell, songbirds sing, winter turns to spring. Every winding street in Mayfair falls beneath a spell. I know such enchantment can be, for it happened one evening to me. How strange it was, so sweet and strange. There was never a dream to compare with that hazy, crazy night we met, when a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. This heart of mine beat loud and fast, like a merry-go-round in a fair, and we were dancing cheek to cheek when a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. When dawn came stealing up all gold and blue to interrupt our rendezvous, I still remember how you smiled and said, was that a dream or was it true? Our homeward step was just as light as the tap dancing feet of a stair, and like an echo far away, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I know 'cause I was there. never gets a chance to play an instrument like this. This is a special occasion, and we have great thanks to give to Ian Rosenblatt, Emma, and of course Ruth, because it was at the beginning. It was a beginning of a certain time in 2020, and we had no gigs.
The night we met. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. That was a long time ago.
If anybody was watching, then please leave a comment.
Oh, please.
Log in with your normal Google Gmail account. Put a comment and say, "Dear Patricia and Matt, I have to say that I haven't caught every episode of your living room request, but I do remember the beginning. It was not great lighting or sound.
It was dark.
But also the tolerance. I mean, YouTube's actually moved on a bit.
It really has.
The number of people, the cameras, all the people with the little clip-on Bluetooth microphones, there weren't so many. Of course, they were about, but there weren't as many.
The norm is very different now.
Yeah. Anyway.
So we've evolved with it, but we've also evolved. But yeah, so it was Ian who said, how much do you charge for a concert? And I'll buy 3 of them. And that just basically gave us such a reason to continue to exist. It was brilliant. We have undying gratitude. And now here's his living room that he is, and his piano that he is.
And his request.
And that was his request and for Ruth. So thank you so much. Love that song. It's a great chance to do it. And now we've got 2 requests from Liz, who was really thinking about the whole of living room requests, and we really appreciate these very, very well thought out 2 requests. We weren't sure what we were going to do. We did a 1-year anniversary, we did a 300th request, we did a sort of 2-year anniversary.
Yes, we did, yeah.
We skipped the 3, we skipped the 4, and then we did the 300th request was here.
I think,
or was it 600th?
I think
I can't remember. No, it's 600 was here.
No, was it?
Or 500.
I think it was 350, 500.
We're now up to 800 and something.
But we're on the
5 years.
5 years today, folks. 5 years. Drop any of your thoughts in the comments, or if you're not doing that, just email patriciahammondsongs@gmail.com. So interestingly enough, if you would like to make a request, go to patriciahammond.com/requests. Any of those
don't put the QR code on. This is too beautiful.
I'm going to do it later.
Oh Lord!
Right, now what are we doing?
Okay, I like these 3 requests for this because I think they're quite representative. So we've had the sort of late 30s, early 40s kind of thing, which I love doing and don't get enough chance to do. And then we're going to do some Schubert. And then we're going to finish with
something else.
Lennon McCartney. It'll be in the title. You'll see.
Either way, it's all piano today, folks.
All
so
piano. He gets a chance. We never get a chance to do piano. Maybe in the future, one of us will get one. It's just realities of living and renting in London. But here we have this gorgeous Yamaha, and it's been tuned. It's lovely. So Matt's really enjoying. I hope the balance is okay. We're one light, one mic. We could call ourselves that, and then people could joke and say who's who. Anyway, I'm gonna drink some water. It's I don't know why I'm quite thirsty, but there we go. You can talk to the folks.
No, I'm gonna start, unless you're gonna be a long time.
No, you can start. Lebens Schlaf entflossen, ein süßer, heiliger Akkord von dir. Den Himmel bessere Zeiten mir erschlossen, du holde Kunst, ich danke dir dafür, du holde Kunst, ich danke dir. I've never got a chance to sing that one before, and I really thank you so much, Liz. And I think that speaks of living room requests and doing music anywhere, and particularly in a time when you can't get it. I remember doing it. Do you remember the first gig? Oh, were you doing the first gig?
Might you put the translation for that song in the
Oh yes, I
description?
certainly will. I certainly will.
It's
Yes.
a good representative
It's
song.
an ode
right, yes,
to music.
So the first gig.
Yeah, the first gig post lockdown when they sort of lifted it a bit, and it was in the middle of. No, I don't think you were. You did another one that was first, but it was on a field in the middle of Marble Hill House. It was in this field, and there were hundreds of people there, and it was the first concert. I spoke to many of them, and it was the first concert they'd seen after sort of months. And you could, I mean, I'd say you could hear a pin drop, but you can't hear a pin drop on grass. It wasn't a very resonant space, but my goodness, people barely breathed. There was nothing like it before or since, to be honest, because they very quickly forgot about it. But apparently, that's how people used to listen.
That's true. I do remember the first few. The
value of music,
after the pandemic, it still was, but yeah,
it still was. But there was a sort of, they lifted it sort of in toward the end of the summer.
Novel.
Yeah,
all to do with the timeline of living room requests.
Very much so. But music is valuable, and that's what was shown by the whole thing. Yeah.
And what we need is you, requesters, to request songs.
I knew there was a segue coming
with this
at that
QR
point.
code. You just click it on the
Oh
screen.
Lord, I'm right behind it. I'm not going to move out of its way.
And,
usually I do.
That's how you do, because you go to patriciahammond.com/request.
Yes, that's right. £40, £20
on PayPal.
So it is going to continue. I thought for a bit that 5 years was going to be it, but Matt wants to continue.
And also people
Matt thinks that
when no one asks us to
then
sing
we
any
won't.
songs,
Then we won't do any.
that's fine.
That's
It's
it.
our time.
He wants it to organically finish, but we're going to finish now. This wonderful, wonderful time. It has been fun, and it has been fun listening. You've heard a quote from the next song already in his interlude. He quoted a few things in that. Really quite amazing piano party improvised.
It was nice and lively.
For the Nightingale Sang at Berkeley Square. He quoted this one. Gonna try and do it, no surprise to anybody. I'm not gonna do it like
Also
Joe
a request
Cocker.
for Liz.
Not gonna do it like any of the people. I'm just gonna do it like me, because that's been, again, very living room requesty. Is I've just tried to do things like me the whole time, no matter what the genre. And the genres have been, thanks to Liz particularly, and several other people, but particularly Liz, the genres have been varied and many.
Extreme.
Yeah, so we're going to now
that's
do...
in our spirit.
Yes, now we're going to do... What would you do? Yeah, little help for my friends.
Yeah.
I'm not
friends.
into getting high, so I've sort of taken that word out, perhaps controversially, whatever. So, it's get by. And we have, with a little help from all of you. So very appropriate as ever. Liz, thank you. And thank you, everybody. Anybody watching, even if you've never seen this channel before, although if you haven't, why are you still here? You're probably bored and you probably switched off by now. Why are they talking? Anyway, thank you. I'm going to do this one now, I guess. Yeah. Would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do I feel by the end of the day? Are you sad because you're on your own? No, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Would you believe in a love at first sight? Yes, I'm certain it happens all the time. What do you see when you turn out the light? I can't tell you, but I know it's mine. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. thank you very much. Oh yeah, I didn't quite know how long he was going to give me in the new key, but he wanted me to come in right away. You know, sometimes communication works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's get a thumbnail.
Shall I be?
Yes,
on the
we should be
piano?
more
Okay.
balanced. We should be more balanced. You're very much bigger than me, judging from that little
I don't know what I
mod.
can do.
There we go. Hey, lovely. That's going to be our thumbnail. That's what we do. We pose, and then I take a freeze frame, and then I make it into a 720 by 1280, and then I upload it. And that's our secret. Now you know.
So thanks again, everybody, for living room requests.
Thank you.
5 years and 2 months,
Oh.
and we will do this as long as you want. I can't guarantee to have a piano every single time.
No, certainly
but,
not this.
You know, I was making up for lack of piano in other times.
Or a living room that's beautiful. However, as you said, if you have a living room and you'd like us to do one
We'll come
in
if
your
it's
living room,
nearby.
we will come.
Honestly, have
It's an
light, will
idea.
travel.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
See you again.